Welcome back to Clink's Garage. Today we're going to tackle some brakes on a 2002 Honda Civic. So got the wheel off. We're going to go ahead and take off the caliper next. There's the 14 millimeter caliper bolts here that you're going to want to remove. So get those off first. Then you want to take the caliper bracket bolts off as well. The caliper bracket bolts are a 17 millimeter, and the caliper bolts themselves are 14s. So we'll go ahead and get the caliper bracket off, caliper and caliper bracket off now. So I got the pad tag on as you saw there. I'm going to go ahead and compress the caliper back. So I've got this fancy tool. So I'm scratching my original plan. I'm using a C-clamp instead, get a little bit extra prying force. This caliper might be seized, but it is going back in slowly. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it in. So as you just saw there, I kind of took this bolt. I took the brake hose bolt loose to see if I could squeeze the caliper in. It still did not squeeze in, so the hose is okay. I'm pretty sure, at least that I can tell. I'm pretty sure just the caliper is seized up. Had I been able to loosen this and then it started squirting fluid back out of it, I'd say the hose is messed up. But not being able to still collapse that caliper is telling me that the caliper itself is seized, which isn't surprising, irritating, but not surprising. So I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those and come back to this in a second. So before I go too far and get in parts, I'm gonna make sure that the driver's side caliper is not seized. So I'm going to take this apart real quick and see if it's seized. So hopefully you saw that, but this one actually compressed just fine. It looks like this side's actually been replaced before, brake-wise, pad-wise, and the caliper on the other side was actually a different bolt for the caliper bolt, which tells me that's an aftermarket caliper on the passenger side. Sadly, I'm going to replace with another aftermarket one, but more than likely it just failed, having sat for so long, and if moisture got in that system or not. So we're going to go ahead and replace that passenger caliper, and in the meantime, we'll get this side back together. So brakes are all back together. I'm going to leave the wheel off because I'm going to have to bleed the brakes for doing the passenger caliper. So when the caliper shows up, I'm going to go ahead and show you the process of doing that. It's not too complicated, but I'm going to go ahead and prep the other side for the new caliper and go from there. Bracket's off, caliper's ready to be switched over, so he can't leave until I give him the cord. So I went ahead and I reinstalled the new caliper. Just I didn't want to lose too much fluid, but you want to do a copper gasket in between the hose itself, and then the bolt goes through. Tighten that down, and then you're good to go. You're gonna reinstall. Go ahead and get everything back together. So that's all back together now. We're gonna go ahead and bleed the brakes and go from there. So I went ahead and gravity bled, so it's dripping as you can see now. I'll go ahead and close this up, and then I'm gonna get my helper to help bleed the brakes. I'll walk you through that procedure. So when it comes to bleeding the brakes, you're gonna want to have the person inside the vehicle with you. If you don't have a power bleeder, to basically pump the brakes up nice and stiff, and then you're gonna pop the bleeder loose while they hold the brake pedal. Fluid will come out until that pedal goes to the floor. When that pedal comes to the floor, they're gonna go ahead and say floor, and then you'll close the bleeder back up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have my partner pump the brakes up. Go ahead and hold it. Close it. All right, pump it back up. Hold it. Pump it up. So I did that about 3 times, and it came out pretty solid fluid, not much air. So we'll go ahead and go to the other side now, and then we'll see how the brake pedal feels. You'll also want to go ahead and make sure while you're doing this that you check the brake fluid level. Make sure you don't go too far down on the brake fluid level and dry out the master cylinder. So we're on the driver's side now. We're gonna go ahead and pump the brake pedal up. Holding. 4. Close or closed. Holding. 4. Damn. It's got some pressure. All right, pump it up. Hold it. Holding. 4. So as you can see, there's some pretty good pressure here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean the mess up and see how the brake pedal feels. All right, so we're all good. I went ahead and topped off the brake fluid, and then we're gonna put the wheels back on, take it for a quick test drive. Just got on the ground, went for the drive, all is good. So we're gonna go ahead and be done with this video and see you guys in the next one.